Active. Miriam is active.
Active.
And Kalani is going to be reappointed. She cleared her vacation scale, I'm aware of.
I don't know that she's going to be reappointed. It's not a topic for discussion at the moment. That
We're
is
talking
not on
about
the agenda.
quorum.
That is not on the agenda.
It is on the agenda. First item.
We have 8 board members currently, and we have 5 people here, which is a quorum.
Yes. And active federal investigation, so keep going. I'm listening.
We have an issue that needs to be discussed tonight. It's an emergency issue. We have taken this under advisement in the past. That was specifically on July 29th, just recently, with Carol Eskew. We talked about what we want to do with the final draw for the loan from the bank. The meeting from the bank today, the bank suggested that we take a bit more than what we had talked about previously. What we talked about previously was $1,747,518. The bank has suggested we take a bit more because there could always be unexpected expenses. Whenever you're dealing with a construction issue, that's pretty normal. It was thought that an extra $100,000 would be appropriate to have as a cushion. Any additional monies that are left over at the end of the construction period can be paid back and the loan be re-amortized to lower it. So what I'm going to do now is to pass out copies, and here's another one to Sean, of this to Maud, and here. Okay. What you have in front of you are 2 amortization loans. The first one says a final draw of $1,747,518. That's what we had agreed on July 29th. The bank is thinking that maybe we want to bump that up about $100,000, and the second set of amortization forms that you have is a final draw of $1,847,518. You can see that the loan repayment is just under that. It says cash flow data, and it says event 1, loan 2 payment. The loan payment on the lower amount is $30,967. On the higher amount is $31,773. It's about $800 difference, but for us to be able to get $100,000 extra in case we need it. So that is something that we need to make a decision on tonight. This has to be done by Thursday. So I'm going to open it to the board for your thoughts on this, about taking the extra $100,000 in case we need it. We have to go to the board first. Thank you very much. I'm sorry? We talked about it with Carol at the July 29th meeting. We had a special meeting for the loan only with Carol. Okay, Maud was there, I know. Let me see.
No, I wasn't there.
You were on the phone.
I was on the phone.
Right,
But not
and
person.
Elizabeth was on the phone, and Corinne was on the phone, Patty and I were here in person. All
Yeah,
right.
we said that we were going to take that. It will be easier for us to take that withdrawal instead of taking out another loan, which will add another assessment.
Okay.
Right. If we don't take that $100,000 and we need more money, we would have to go back to the bank, apply for a loan, go through all of the process, pay all the closing fees, pay all the attorney's fees, pay all of the title fees, all of the points, all of that are junk. And it would cost us money. If we do it now, it's not going to cost us any additional thing extra other than just paying it back, which we would have to do in any case.
So 2045 is long maturity.
I beg your pardon?
2045 is long maturity.
Yes, it's a 20-year loan.
So 3.5 million in interest in 20 years.
You know, when you borrow that kind of money, you pay.
Of course.
Any other,
I said,
you think we should take the $100,000, okay? On any
Yeah,
cost?
what I was reading, yeah. Because we might need it, and I don't want to open another loan and start all over again, no.
Okay. All right, I believe someone back here had their hand up first. Yes.
I'm in support of that, but also I have a question. So for the people that don't have a special assessment because they recently bought, how does that impact those people? So like my special assessment was paid off by the seller when I purchased.
Right. This is not going to affect the special assessment that we currently have. Okay? Because it is still part of the original assessment that we did. We just, it's a matter of how much do we take out of the bank and put in our account versus leaving it in the bank and having to reapply for a loan. Okay. I think back here first.
Yes, so with that 100,000, say we have it, it's paid off, whatever, could that be used to pay this plumbing / air conditioning split that they're looking at now when they're doing separation for the hardy board? Could it be used towards that?
I don't know.
Because that would be part of the consideration, which is part of the original loan, correct?
The air conditioner situation, as I understand it, is the responsibility of each individual homeowner, not the community. And so that is not something that I see being taken care of in this, but I may be wrong, and that's something that we can certainly ask about once we make a decision whether we want that extra money or not.
You may add to that if I could, please. So, requiring that, they could, hear me out, in the construction of the hardy board, they could actually measure, cut. So they don't have to cut the air conditioning, they don't have to touch the phone, and then they put it around it, right, like we would do for anything they were putting, and then make sure that's sealed. Because they had to do it on a faucet that they replaced on my place years ago.
I think that's something that you should address with the construction people on Thursday night when we have the construction
Is
meeting.
there a meeting? Because
There's a meeting on Thursday night.
Yes, it was
Posted
posted.
on the website and it's posted on the mailbox.
What time is that one?
It's 6:30. Construction meeting, 6:30, yes.
So you were saying 3.6 in interest?
I didn't say
So
anything
what were you
about
saying about
interest.
interest?
3.59.
3.59 in interest? And was that already factored into the original loan, or is this the 3.59 off of what we're now taking out of the credit line?
I'm sorry, ask that again, I didn't
The
understand.
3.59 in interest, was that for the original loan and factored into the original cost with our assessments? Or is that additional now for the monies we're taking out?
The amount of money that we're taking out has already been figured in.
Yes, this is.
Right.
And this was prepared by GSU.
No, this is prepared by the bank.
So
Doesn't have
let,
banks, I don't have
I'm sorry?
There's no bank, provider information on here.
There's no provider information anywhere, but
Usually there is.
Here,
but that's curious.
email that we received that had the attachment, so.
so just for the layman who's here, because I'm not an accountant,
Sure is.
what is the possible negative impacts financially that may be different than what we already thought they were? Like, we already have a special assessment right now, it's already bundled together. What could this possibly bring in the future? Financially. Is there no cost associated with this?
Well, the cost is additional interest because it's $100,000
Okay,
more.
so the-
But that was figured in from the beginning. We figured in the full amount of the loan at the beginning. The bank holds stuff back that you can't access until long after all of this is completed. Well, not long after, I shouldn't say that, until after all of it's completed. So I don't see any downside to this. I only see an upside. That is, we would have some extra funds at our disposal should we need to for unexpected expenses.
Okay, I think one thing probably some people are probably wanting to do the special assessment goal next year.
No, the special assessment is set.
Doesn't mean another one can be added.
I beg your pardon?
Doesn't mean another special assessment can't be added.
Well,
Like we had a special assessment 1 and a special assessment 2, there could be a special assessment 3.
we're on special assessment 4 now for the
So it could
loan.
be added.
Okay. Special assessment, let me see if I can remember. Special assessment 2 was the $50-ish that we collected every month from all of the homeowners since 2012. I think special assessment 1 was for the roofing 15, 20 years ago. Special assessment 3.
That was the fencing stuff.
I beg your pardon?
That was for the hurricane stuff.
That may have been. Thank you. Okay, special assessment 3 was for the massive increase that we had in the insurance at one time, where we had to come up with some extra money. So special assessment 4 is for the loan. The next special assessment, if and when we have it, which I don't foresee at this point in time, will be a special assessment 5. And we will deal with that when we get to that.
Will that be
We're
like
not
the
crossing that
asphalt?
bridge right now. I
Right.
beg your pardon?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that going to be the asphalt?
Is that going to be what?
The asphalt.
Could be.
I don't have a clue. I don't know.
If we don't have the money, could be.
I don't know. Depends on how much the asphalt is. It depends on if we have any funds left over from the
Would these
construction
extra,
loan.
would these extra $100,000 possibly cover that asphalt?
If we don't need it for the construction, I think there's a possibility that we could do that, but I don't know if we would have to have approval from the bank, since technically it's not construction. So we would have to do that.
How about, I just want to piggyback on our question earlier about the AC. So we have to touch the AC and the electrical unit. Could that money go towards the electrical unit panel, finagling, whatever needs to be
But
done
there might be
with
something
that
else technically by law.
I don't believe that that can be done because each individual homeowner is responsible for that, for the AC. And that's
And the panel?
The panel has already been, the electrical part of the 40-year certification was already done and already paid for. That was done by Cavalieri Electric, and they put it on some sort of a situation where it could be moved so that the
siding.
siding could be replaced. I don't know that that is something that's going to have to be done. What I'm hearing being done is the AC, the plumbing, and the sockets, your outdoor plugs. Okay?
Thank you.
So,
Okay, one comment on this. As a fiduciary responsibility, I'm supposed to notify all stakeholders, which includes the banks, of the seeming situations that arise on the board. The unauthorized furniture strips, which some of you may know about, some of you may not have heard about, but they weren't in the contract scope. There's still a question on the table, since it's the bank's collateral, Chase, all these other banks have collateral in here. If that's going to be compromised, and what is there gonna, if they require those unauthorized furniture strips that were slipped in after this go to the contract to be moved and replaced, is there going to be funds available for those expenses?
well, I don't know. So
Furnishings?
that's, I mean, you're the
The
one
furniture
that,
strips were put on after the fact, this is the
Excuse
contract
me.
scope. No, I've got the floor, I've got got the floor right now.
I didn't recognize you, so
Well,
hold
wait,
on.
don't play the games.
So-
We're way beyond that. You got you on video over here, about 1,000 of them over here.
Okay, before we get off track.
Yeah, right.
The loan. Who else?
The
The
banks,
banks,
the
yes.
banks are the ones that control the loans.
Your loan.
For
Yes,
instance,
Mark said yes.
Engineers meeting.
It's already on this.
This is not an engineers meeting.
Excuse me. For those of you who do not know, Sean has taken it upon himself
Yes.
to notify a number of major financial institutions
Correct.
who may or may not have an interest with mortgages in this
They
property.
do. I confirmed them.
When I am speaking, please do not interrupt me. You've been warned once.
Okay,
That's
what are you
number
gonna do?
two.
What are you gonna do?
That's
You
number
can't
one.
remove me
That's
civilly
number
from a
two.
meeting. You cannot remove me civilly from a
I
meeting.
most certainly
No, you
can.
cannot.
That's number two.
You cannot do a thing.
Stop interrupting.
So go ahead and say what you gotta say.
Stop interrupting.
Say what you gotta say. Let's hear it.
Please continue.
It's on the record.
Please continue.
What that will mean to the homeowners who had mortgages with those financial institutions is unknown.
So is the ones that cause it.
Excuse me, I am talking.
Yes.
Do not interrupt.
As long as you keep it factual.
It could mean issues for those homeowners, which in
Not
turn
for you.
could roll over to the association as a whole.
For sure. You want to talk about it.
Excuse me, I am talking.
Your name's on it. This whole project.
Stop.
Please finish.
Keep going.
In addition to that Sean has done, he has filed numerous complaints,
Correct.
which has caused us to have a tremendous amount of expenses with our attorneys.
Correct, that you voted on.
Excuse
To
me,
fight me.
excuse me.
Don't finish. Oh my God, I can't stand this.
So,
Yes, the people.
what she's gonna
You
say
can say something else.
So the issue is not that issue's not on the table because the board has nothing to do with it. That is purely
You voted on
Sean's.
these things.
Continue,
That
Glenn.
is purely Sean's doing, and we have had nothing to do with it and will continue to have nothing to do with it.
I have
because
videos on
we
YouTube.
cannot-
Anybody wants to chime in and look, you can verify.
Finish, Sean, stop interrupting.
Because she's lying. That's what she does.
You're
I
starting
already proved that
shit.
over and over and over.
You're starting shit, be quiet.
Hey, I got you on video too,
Good, I'm glad you do. You want me to close?
Excuse me, yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry, I have mortgage, I'm ignorant to all this. You said that if you have a mortgage with Chase and 2 other establishments, your property is in jeopardy?
No, that's not what you
That's
said.
not what I said.
That's
I
not-
said-
I don't understand, that's why I'm asking.
I have no idea what Sean's actions
Yeah.
will result in.
The feds will know.
I don't have any
What was his
idea.
actions for people that don't know? What was his actions that
Reported all the transgressions I found here to the state, to the feds, to the city, to the state attorney general's office, to the,
Okay, never mind.
Yes.
Never mind, sorry, I don't
Let's just
remember
move
about
on.
the
Every bank was contacted.
Not every bank,
No.
only
Okay.
African banks. Mods.
So we don't know what the end result
Instead
will be.
of, keep it factual, no lies, please.
I'm still on this draw.
Okay,
Yes.
back to the draw.
Ridiculous.
So, does anyone
Totally ridiculous.
have a motion
And we
to
have a copy of the
increase,
minutes.
excuse me, does anyone have a motion to increase the draw to the higher amount of $1,847,518?
So moved.
Okay, Maud, thank you. Do I have a second?
That's a second.
Kalani, thank you.
Kareem.
I'm sorry.
Kareem.
Kareem, I apologize. Okay. Have a vote? All in favor?
I'm not voting.
Yes,
I
I'm sorry.
feel like this is the first one with Mary Potter. I'm a little nervous about doing an educated decision.
Okay.
I wasn't able to go to that meeting. I wasn't told.
Okay. Right. The bottom line is that the bank is giving us an opportunity just to take some extra money out of the pool that they put aside for us. That's it. It's not increasing our repayment, it's not increasing our assessment. It will, I'm sorry, I apologize. It will increase our repayment by about $800 a month, less than $1,000 a month. That's what we as the association has to write a check to pay them. Just like you do your mortgage. Every month you got to pay your mortgage. This is the mortgage for the association.
Okay, so my question, so can that, because that's gonna add up after a year, this is they're probably one year.
Right.
So are we gonna have, I'm afraid that there's gonna end up being another assessment.
There will not be another assessment because the assessment was originally based on the full amount of the loan.
How many was $800?
Yeah. Including the
Many
100,000, yes.
Yes.
So basically-
They're just, okay, there is a huge pot of money. The bank is saying to us,
To get the money.
we can let you take a little more money out now, put it in your bank account to pay the rest of this construction. Okay? It doesn't impact the original amount of the loan, which was what the assessment was based on.
So we're taking our money so we can pay that same loan back?
We're taking that money so that we
From
can
the
pay
original loan.
From
from the original loan,
loan,
so that we can pay construction costs.
Extra
Well,
cost.
So we're
Extra
not,
costs.
so we're not taking out another
Okay.
loan for 100,000. If we did that, then another.
Don't do that. Like,
Then we'll have to take out another loan. Because that money-
If
we already have the money.
But here's the deal, the bank says, you've got until Thursday to make a decision on how much money you want to take. We have done the draw up until this point, okay? Now, we've got to start on the principal, okay? And we've got to start paying it back. We have not done that yet, okay? So, we can either take out the 1.7, or we can take out the 1.8. The 1.7 was what originally we thought we would be allowed to take. We were definitely,
You will approve the one way.
great, we approved the 1.7.
Okay.
And we definitely wanted to take the most that we could take out at that time. We were offered a lower option, if you remember, not by much, but we wanted to take out the total amount that we could because we don't know what's going to happen when these wood frame buildings are actually opened up and if there's going to be any additional costs. So the bank has said, we know you don't know for sure about any additional costs, but there is always in a construction project going to be unexpected costs.
Wasn't there a
So-
certain amount cost per
So,
month in that first contract?
That's
So they have agreed to allow us to take an extra $100,000 so that should we get an issue that was not anticipated, we will have a little bit extra funds to pay without having to go to the bank for a loan again. Okay,
We're only
so
allowed to
this,
take draws at a certain time.
I'm sorry?
We're only allowed to draws at a certain time.
Right, the bank only allows us
It's
to
the final
draw.
one.
It's the final one, so we might as well just take what's available to us.
If we don't need the extra money, we can pay down our original loan, right?
Exactly. What happens is if we do not use all of the
Don't
money
use
that we
it.
have taken,
Right.
we pay it back to the bank. They re-amortize, which is what
Yeah.
these papers are, as an amortization. They will re-amortize the loan amount at that point and reduce then the amount of money that we have to pay back every month on the loan, the mortgage of the
Is that
construction.
interest rate that will be on, because I understand that we had up to 1.7 that was included in the original. Obviously, the 100,000 is not included in the original loan. That
The
is.
100,000 is included in the original loan.
So
It
then why
always was.
are we
because we have to make a decision on how much money we're going to take
So you're
on
just
the final
revising the
draw.
1.7 to the 1.8 in this?
We have already decided to pay 1.7.
So you just have to revise it.
If we want to take the extra in case there's an issue, do we want to take the $100,000? It has to be put to the board. No single person can make that decision. It has to be a group
So
decision.
we're just voting to see if we're gonna use the money we already have. It's already
Exactly.
left us.
Right.
Exactly.
Right,
It's
it's
not
just a- it's a
costing
It
us-
just, it just sounds weird, because I figured if we already have it, like, why do we need to vote on it? Which makes, kind of make me nervous, to be honest with you.
Okay, I understand that.
That's fair. It's a big decision. It's a lot of money.
Well, I mean,
But if they've already
that's-
voted, they've already voted on 1.7, so literally you're only voting on 100,000.
Right, that's
That's-
already.
they already
voted on.
decided.
So we just take that that's available to us. So say for instance, if something does come up, we don't take it,
Oh.
then we're gonna have to go back to the bank. We can't get that $100,000. It's not gonna be available to us because we said we don't need it.
That's the double
So
edged
then
sword.
that's the
Credit
problem.
line,
We're gonna
not
have
loans.
to take out
And
another
we had a
loan.
credit line that's now becoming a loan.
And do another assessment.
Yeah,
Right.
do another assessment,
We don't
right?
need that.
We don't want that.
Listen, either way, there's gonna be limits.
Okay.
So,
I don't feel like, I don't feel like that's true. There's a lot of, like, there's a lot of stuff out there.
okay, so, all right, we have Maud who made a motion to increase it to $1,847,518, increase of $100,000. Kareem seconded it. And the vote. All in favor?
I do.
Aye.
I do.
Okay, okay, all right.
Both of them.
Vote.
I'm abstaining from voting.
Okay. All right. So, now, on to the actual agenda. Okay, so,